Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Colette here today from Witchways, and today I want to talk about 4 simple magical workings that you can do on or around Imbolc, which is also known as Brigid. And I just also wanted to say that a few years ago I made a really lovely ritual over on Patreon that I've made available to the public, and I'll put that link in the description. So if you're looking for something special, check that out. I hope you enjoy today's video. I wanted to start by sharing some information about Brigid, or the holiday of Imbolc as it is known. And if you've seen a whole bunch of videos about Imbolc already, go ahead and just skip this section. I've time-stamped it so that you can do this and you can just jump right into the spells. So Imbolc is a Celtic fire holiday that is often celebrated around February 2nd or 1st. It's halfway between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. It's the time when the fire is beneath the earth and the fire dragons and the power of the ley lines starts to turn and shift. And think about waking up and warming up the earth. In some locations, you can actually see a little bit of that rebirth starting to happen in the swelling of the buds or the running of the sap or other activity by wildlife in your area. It's also traditionally the time when the sheep gave birth to the new lambs, so there was a lot of sheep milk around for the making of cheese, which is an important part of this holiday in Celtic traditions. Colors associated with this holiday are generally red and sometimes green for Brigid's cloak and clothing. Acorns and oak trees are also associated very strongly with this holiday, and in fact at Brigid's Centre in Ireland outside of Kildare, the church there is covered in wooden carvings of acorns and oak leaves, and the nuns there are quite proud of it. This is a holiday that is sacred to the goddess Brigid, who was even more beloved by the Irish people than Mary and became an Irish saint in the Catholic Church. So there are 4 general themes associated with the holiday of Imbolc, and the first is fire. The other 3 are the qualities that Brigid holds unto herself as a goddess or is considered the patron saint of, which is poetry, smithcraft, and healing. For me, this is another one of those times of year where you can start to think about what you want to manifest in the coming year, or what you want to draw to you. It's not necessarily time to make it so, but it's time to kind of start laying the groundwork. Oh, there's a little noise in the background. That's my kitten going crazy for lunch. He thinks I'm taking too long. So I want to give a simple spell or practice for each of those 4 main themes of this holiday. The first one is going to be about fire. Fire is about sexuality, passion, creativity, transformation, and growth. So take some time to think about which aspects of fire you most need in your life or would like to manifest more of this year. Then write a simple statement about that on a piece of paper. When you're working with fire, it can be pretty quick and abrupt in the way that it changes things. It's the most quick acting of all the elemental associations. So if you want, you can add a caveat like, "May this come to me gently," or "work through me gently," if that's what you want. To carry it out, you can wear a red scarf, red clothing, maybe put a red or green cloth on your altar, whatever you choose, and then light as many red candles as you want, because this holiday is also about candles. It's called Candlemas in Catholic tradition. Do whatever you want. And what you usually do to start a magical spell working, whatever is normal for your practice, and then read your intention and burn it in a fireproof container. If you choose, you can also add a few cinnamon sticks as that's burning, or place a little bit of cinnamon powder on some charcoal to invoke more of that fiery spirit. Then make an offering of water or wine or whatever you normally offer to the land. The next one is about the quality of working with poetry. So you don't have to work with poetry specifically, but maybe this is a year you would like to let your creativity move more into what you write. Or maybe you just would like your spells that you write to be a little more satisfying to you and resonate with you more fully. So this is a very simple, almost a practical practice rather than a spell. Get a journal or a very plain notebook, and you can of course decorate it or get a fancy one if you want. But for this particular practice, you're going to be doing a lot of writing, rewriting, crossing out until you get it how you want it to be. And so often people don't like to do that in a fancy journal, so maybe write it down on plain paper or plain notebook and then put it in a fancy journal later if you want. This is just going to be an exercise, not a big spell. And then on the night of Imbolc, place your journal on an altar, light some red candles, and ask the goddess Brigid to inspire your writing. Let the candles burn all the way out. Make an offering to Brigid of water or wine. Then once you've dedicated that journal, mark on your calendar once or twice a month, a small amount to start with, times that you will go and write in that journal. Practice by writing down a simple sentence or two, something that's descriptive, something that you like the content of, something that you're interested in. Maybe it's something magical. Then play with those sentences, making them really elaborate, making them really simple, really honing them down, maybe making them a little witchy. You're not trying to get it perfect. Don't worry, you're just playing. You can tear those words up into little pieces of paper, arrange them around and play with them, and just trying to get more of a practice in of magical writing. As you're doing this, I would say to relight candles and reburn some of that incense, maybe call on Brigid, but keep that part of it really short. I use the incense because smell is one of the strongest connections to memories we have, so it will take you back to your original intention and help you bring it through. Okay, the next one is about smithcraft, which can be a little bit tricky because literally very few of us actually work with metal crafting. But I like to think about this quality as honing and honoring and refining skills that you want to improve on in your life. And so that's how I use it. You might have a different way to work with it. This is another simple working. So for this one, think of a couple things that you would like to refine in your life. Usually that's something you're already doing, but that you just want to take it to the next level. Write these things down on a piece of paper and place it on an altar and decorate it with red and candles if you want. Ask Brigid, or if you don't work with deities, ask the energy of this part of the year, of the holiday of Imbolc, and those fires that are burning below the earth and starting to shift to rise up and help infuse your spell with magic. And to finish this, you can just light a candle and let it burn all the way out. Or since Imbolc is falling just after the new moon this year, you can take birthday candles and light one each night until the full moon to bring a little bit more of that power of the waxing moon into your spell working, and of course letting them burn all the way out, again making an offering of water or wine to the land. So the next part is about healing, and if you have any healing wishes, there's a very simple practice that you can do. Just write your needs down on a piece of paper. Do whatever you normally do to cast and call, or however you start your magic first, of course. And then imagine that fire in the earth rising up into a fireproof container, and burn that intention in that cauldron or fireproof container, letting the fire and the smoke take it to where that spell needs to go. You can call in beings if you choose or not. It's a very simple practice. Okay, everyone, I hope you have a wonderful February if you're watching this in real time, and a wonderful Imbolc holiday, however you celebrate. Let me know in the comments if celebrating Imbolc is something that you do. And remember that I have a publicly available whole Brigid Imbolc spell that you can do free to the public on my Patreon page. I'll put that link in the description. Thank you all so much for subscribing and sharing my content. It makes me feel really good about doing this channel. And until next time, stay safe and be well.